Что за фонтанчик?
Хороший фонтанчик.
Блять, я что-то из-за тебя приняла.
Все, всем привет, ребят. Мы
Какой-то
продолжаем
препарат,
играть
короче.
Я стесняюсь спросить, ты чё, как слышь, так и распространяешь?
в игру L.A Noire.
А, я во файл сожрала нечаянно.
Так, я здесь. Я просто вот приветствовал, уже стрим запустил.
Вон этот Коста Лорд прибыл, который хотел в этот ЧС.
Лорд. Привет ему передавайте от Белова.
Ладно. Вы знакомы, да?
А он заходил ко мне на стрим.
Ясно.
Здорово, здорово, Сэм.
All right, gentlemen, take your seats. Let's get this over before lunch. Clyde Rose of the Homicide Squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work.
Посадить тебя.
Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from the homicide desk. Stand up, Phelps. Take a chair. You're in the major leagues now, Sonny.
Да, блядь.
Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing.
Тут сейчас стрим запустил уже.
Your first case is the murder of a woman, found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf.
Чё
Get
проходит?
out to the scene, lads.
Да, этот. Заставка. Голосовая.
Do you have the address?
Захуя.
Been all over KGPL. It's off Temple Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
Шо, блядь, тут нахуя как
Top of my class back east. Now I'm waiting table.
переклепал.
Nice day for it.
This is no battle of wits between you and me. I never pick on an unarmed man.
You know the way. You can drive.
Сын, ты куда пропал-то?
Кто? Я?
What happened to Rose?
Parker wants the chief's job.
Sam?
Word is it's either going to be him or Thad.
Какой Сэм?
So they're both clearing the decks.
So where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps.
Знаешь такой?
I didn't ask for you, and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself.
Фейм.
See if you
Нет,
can learn
нет, не
something
знаю.
about
Не
seeing
знаю.
how a real cop are.
Лидер десептиконов.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
Я не знаю.
Dahlia. The Daily News came out calling him the
Sure,
werewolf.
фильм
The
«Трансформеры»
Examiner
не
came
смотрел?
up with the Black Death.
Нет, такой нет.
We any closer to catching him?
А, ну ты
Not a
другие смотришь, да?
chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads, and we got nothing.
I
Чё?
don't think this has
Я
anything.
говорю, ты другое смотришь, да?
No,
Да.
don't.
Оливер, что
90%
говоришь?
of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes
Да.
it too far. This will be
Кого?
the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war.
Нет, заглушится.
You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat.
Сейчас.
Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's going to happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
Так, где?
How about a scoop for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. Defending the honor of murdered humps.
Get used to it, Phelps. Moving along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
patrolman. This your beat?
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, detective.
No one's disturbed the body?
No,
Get
sir.
back.
We cleared out them vulture reporters so
Yes,
Pinker and the
Solo.
coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Так, сейчас.
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
Men's size 8s. Pinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
Cause of death?
It could be the head injuries. She has been badly stomped. The cuts
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
What about this wound on the finger?
Something removed, a ring most likely. I assume it was taken post-mortem.
Угу. Много следов.
Interesting. What does the writing on the victim mean?
BD, like Dahlia, Tex. Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
The victim's bag? Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body. Looks like some kind of puzzle or parlor game. Bomba Club. Why steal a table lighter?
Can we get to the Bomba? A man could die of thirst in a case like this.
I doubt it. You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
The werewolf?
For my money, a copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. The caller of the decade. We've been working evidence on BD case for 6 months and got nix.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, Oddshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us a note and a corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, Phelps. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. Or some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures, he'll rip off the MO and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police work. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder. It was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another country, who knows? So, Phelps, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. Can't make it something it ain't, understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. We would have found him.
Ребят, не забываем ставить лайки, подписываться на канал.
Just don't know how to dance to bebop.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110
Привет, Джейн
pounds,
Шепард.
blonde hair,
Привет.
about 40
Как
years of
дела
age.
твои?
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him.
Ну,
Is there
давай
anything else?
лечись, выздоравливаешь быстрее.
Inquire away, Phelps. I'll stay
Нормально, у
here.
тебя
I'm a
как?
little parched. Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
You ought to meet Joe's buddy. He's nice. Really.
Where's that goddamn waitress?
Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Oh, Christ.
You going to pay for that?
Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
That's the spirit.
Sure, she's a regular. Celine was a lovely woman.
Ну, это очень плохо.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last
Надо
night?
это...
Not at first.
Чтобы полностью выздороветь.
Celine
чтоб не
already
было
had
таких
quite a
подвиг.
head start.
She attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
How about a name? This is a murder beef, McCall. You don't want any adverse publicity for this place, do you?
If I had names, I would give them to you. I like Celine. I'd like to see you get whoever did this. Clear on that?
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it
Это
was,
хорошо.
it was before Jacob.
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're gonna tell me.
Okay, I bought it years ago. I carried a torch for Celine in those days. Guess I always have. Her old man never knew about it.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
Was he ever violent with her?
Celine came in here last night looking like she'd taken a slap. They don't live together anymore, so it might not have been him.
McCall, you said you liked her, and yet you've been no help at all. I want Celine's address.
142 North Union. Now get the hell out of my bar.
Sam has taken me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
A waitress, can I have another spoon?
Let's get out of here.
Eggs running.
Hey, what's the hurry? My stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps.
Спасибо.
You know, you picked the wrong job if a
So
healthy
glad
thirst
to see.
offends you, Cole.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. Worse than I could ever have imagined. I'll try the back door. Wait here a second. Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
said I had to go back, Doctor.
The fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty. I heard them screaming.
The circumstances were unfortunate. My colleagues had made all the necessary
You
arrangements.
said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate. But you have dealt with death before.
Tiffany? The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring. A regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive. Doesn't tell me anything. Burglar used a pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
Size 9s. Above average for a lady. I don't think so. This isn't what we're looking for.
Don't stop scanning. Yeah.
Optimistic, Cole.
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband, but Jacob could give us something to go on. One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I'll get nasty when I'm thirsty. Galloway, homicide, badge number 564. Collecting technical services for a suspected 459 at 142 North Union.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan. Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
Jacob Henry had a violent arc.
Идем, мы все-таки расследуем.
Okay, Phelps, we go in hard. You follow my lead. You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh, my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about?
Здорово, здорово, Валентин, здорово.
You come in here, you
Спасибо за
tell me
лайк,
that
спасибо.
Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
she's-
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Чуть ты переименовался.
I get even the slightest hint that you're a flight risk, pal.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
We get the impression that Celine liked to live the glamorous life. How did she end up with a hump like you, Jacob?
Celine was one of the first woman pilots. She hung out with movie stars and royalty. But when she came back here broke and struggling, she married a mechanic. Put a roof over her head, food on the table.
Понятно.
Not glamorous, but the best I could do. I'm not ashamed about that.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but
Right around 9.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
You went to her house, you fought, you beat her, she left, and then you followed her.
I left first. She tried to batter me with a frying pan. I had to slap her down.
Understandable.
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
So you were here, tucked up in bed, while someone was out there beating your wife's brains out. That's all you've got?
Talk to the bartender at the Bomba Club. He'll tell you he called here last night, and I answered the phone.
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Опа.
Okay. Not being rational.
What's this bunker?
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages.
Да, что еще?
Keep those sluggers
Прикольные
company.
игрушки. Я еще в дальнейшем думаю, вот если эту игру пройду, это может этот Call of Duty постримить. Очень прикольная игрушка. Почему нет?
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective.
Any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. In regards to the Celine Henry homicide, the owner of the Turkey Bowl restaurant at 1535 West 3rd Street says the victim was at his restaurant last night.
Turkey Bowl Restaurant. We'll check it out.
You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Посмотрим, потому что если пройду эту игрушку, то ну, на стримах, то потом, короче,
Completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt.
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc.
Ну, потом поговорим. Здорово, здорово. Всем привет, кто только присоединился, ребят. я сейчас, видишь, на стрим у меня что. Буду стрим это завершать это. Спасибо, ребят, за лайки. Спасибо, спасибо.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies.
She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're working a murder case. Mrs. Celine Henry, you called in?
Yeah, the name's Jonesco. This is my place.
You saw Mrs. Henry in here last night?
Until about 1 a.m. Having dinner with a friend.
Doing more drinking than eating.
You got that straight.
Mrs. Henry was seen leaving another establishment in the company of a man. Did the two of them come here?
Yeah. I remember seeing her with a guy.
Did you see them leave?
They got into his old Pontiac. Dull brown color. I got a look at the license plate. 2B8899.
Да ничего, расследую нормально.
You have a name? Description, maybe? Come on, Mr. Nesco. We need something more to go on.
Smallish guy.
Вышли.
Maybe 5'7". Dark complexion.
Файна же в душ пойдет, а я сейчас приду. Либо приду, запущу стрим.
По какой?
Либо... Ну, может, по Нойеру. Либо же пока сестра поиграет, посмотрим.
Said her husband gave it to her.
Shadow
Said she was going to have it committed.
Was she a regular in here?
No. I mean, I wouldn't have recognized her face among the usual crowd.
Would you be able to identify the man she was with?
Maybe. I wasn't watching him too close.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Nesco. Thanks for your time.
О, Фаина, киска пришла.
Да мы вышли с острова, там нет никого.
Да я понял.
Не, ну как есть народ, но раненых нет.
Она мне сказала, ну, это, говорит, ты еще смыться пойдешь.
Operator, message for QIPL.
В душ.
Да,
Phelps, badge 1247.
пойду в душ.
How could I help, detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, detective. The plate belongs
Нет,
to a
что я сюда в шубе моюсь.
Registered owner is
Отличная
one
шутка.
Alonzo
Я
Mendez
оценил.
of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Так, это надолго?
Any other messages?
Да не, быстро, мне еще надо что-нибудь на завтра готовить с собой, чтобы взять.
From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Почему пельменей нет?
Готовишь?
Ты может они все съедены уже? Придется готовить. Не, я сегодня варила супчик, но что-то супчик я не хочу на работу. Что-то такое. Плов быстренько такой сделаю, быстрый.
Where the hell's he going with that?
Look, Pops, just hand over the money, okay?
All right, young fellow, okay.
Hold your horses.
He wants a 5-star.
Stay down.
Ладно, скоро приду.
Давай. Идем.
Kill a cop, and it's the electric chair.
Что? Что ты хочешь от меня? Кончился корм, что ты? Будешь мне там? Да что ты будешь-то, а? Съешь убью. На.
Фаина, ты в курсе, что ты это, не выключил микрофон, не наушники?
Don't you worry, officer. Take more than punks like that to rattle me. You can get going.
You can drive. Fine. Where are we headed?
Mendez, apartment 16.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
Here, the apartment's up on the top floor.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in. Take a look around and see what you can find.
Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
Че вы тут?
Ничего. Я расследую убийство. Фаина отошла.
We have the murder weapon. Better get papers down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break, and Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey, what gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
Do not lose that
Зашел
son of a
сегодня на
bitch.
боевой сервер.
Mendez, stop right there.
Уржался с ребят. Там типы зашли нубы нубами. Ни хрена не могут.
You don't need to do this, Alonzo.
А карта еще здоровая, блядь. Если этот самолет взял, на самолете там летал.
Get in and drive.
Было бы нормальная пати, я бы поугарал бы нормально. Там просто есть такая дура большая. Туда надо человека 4 минимум. Своей пати. Чтобы всех скоординировать. Большая Бетти ее называют.
I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle.
Знаешь,
I'll
что такое
stop the
большая
son of a
Бетти?
bitch.
Нет? Это самолет четырехвинтовой американский с калибром.
Don't go to sleepwalking. Get me back in close.
Какого там у него калибр-то? 155 миллиметров.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Нормально, он ему колесо прострелил.
Вот это большая Бетти, это реально большая Бетти.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry. That's the guy from the papers. Solve that big case.
Так, сейчас...
Я тогда нормальную пати попал, когда мы на ней бомбили.
Так, сейчас я пойду зарядку возьму. Тебя спрашивают, а что голос слышат, а стрима нет у тебя? Сейчас пойду.
Кто спрашивал?
You did a grand job, lads. Fellas, that's quite a way to acquit yourself from your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand it.
Слышь? У тебя тут спрашивают, задают вопрос. На стриме меня. Это Джейн Шепард. Да, у нас уже редиска поспевает, потихоньку мы кушать начинаем.
Стрима нету, ну, такова пока политика. Нету стрима.
Сейчас скоро можно запустить стрим, если соизволит.
Ай, ты хочешь?
Это Джейн Шепард в ухо довольно. Раз у тебя ухо чешется.
Там, он где там стримит, на каком острове?
Кто, Сэм? Хабар?
Угу. Понятно. Там это, ТВ-стрим.
Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend them off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
Parker or Green? I don't know who's worse.
I'm praying that those prints come through so I can nail that son of a bitch.
Даже если сейчас и запускать, что бы запускать.
You gonna see your married man again?
Подожди, а что у меня из списка вообще есть?
You're behind the wheel.
Запускать.
Ну, запусти такую же игру, попробуй. У тебя это посмотрим будет.
You did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
But don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
No assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner, Phelps. You might get along after all.
Now, boys,
Ты что, вообще танчики любишь? Попробуй танчики
as I
как-нибудь пошли.
I'll be holding a press
Какие
conference once
танчики?
the autopsy has been completed.
Че, дядя, смеешься, что ли?
I have two of my finest investigators on the.
And I thought this
Я никогда в танчики не играл.
Detective, I was first on scene.
Никогда.
You find her, Gonzalez?
Not me. Family out for a
Все, что
stroll.
я играл, это была
Can you show me the
тундра.
body?
It's under the pepper tree. This way.
И то только на самолетах, даже
So what's
танчиков не
going
было.
on over there?
Танки это не мое.
Да.
Единственное, на то, что я же говорю, это подсел, да, красава.
Here she is.
Но там ты сам понимаешь, там можно чудить.
The stomping angle in the Henry
Ну ты,
case.
говорит,
Was it
чудак,
reported to the
простак,
press?
ёл.
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
И там не надо, как в танках, сидеть, выжидать, просвечивать, подсвечивать, стрелять. Вырвался, раздал людей, и все. В кучу залетел, чем больше собрал, тем лучше.
Well, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by RNI?
Сам заметил, насколько это динамичная игра.
If the motive was robbery, why not take the money?
А так, сиди, жди, выжидай, прицеливайся, стреляй. Ну какой нахрен? Кучу с криком «Алла, я в бар за пивом», бля. Половина взвода размотала такой. Ух ты.
I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
Как сегодня. Залетел и такой. Ух ты. Ты сам не ожидал, наверное, да?
What's this mark?
Так, сейчас я переподключусь в
Fourth
Discord.
finger, left hand, a wedding or engagement ring, violently removed.
И сейчас чищу и вернусь как раз. И может быть буду запускать
Что ты будешь делать?
Может быть, может быть. Может быть и нет.
Looks like she was tied up.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist too. I think her watch might have been torn off. Similar MO.
To what? Dahlia? I don't think so.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it, Mal.
Severely battered, on display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. Size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm not. At a glance, I would say strangulation was the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. If they were married, they'd be at home, not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
Detectives, RNI says that Deirdre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo Mahler.
What'd I tell you? Let's grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We could have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
So what's going on over there?
All these cars. It's got to be something big, right?
If olive oil comes from olives, where does baby oil come from?
Спасибо, спасибо, Джейн Шепард. Спасибо, спасибо.
You know the way. You can drive.
Спасибо за то, что ставите лайки.
Still might be some playing the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If it doesn't work out, that is.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
He'll be home soon. He's been out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Thank you. Could you have a seat for me, Michelle?
Что? Где ешь сметану?
We're gonna have a look around.
He'll be back in a moment. Just sit tight.
Отстань, дороже.
О, Фаина киска вернулась.
Probably not.
Че вы там стримите?
Я стримлю. Я говорю, Фаина киска вернулась.
Да-да.
Искупалась. М? Где ты там, блядь, печатаешь?
Что делаем?
Играем.
Work boots. Size 8.
Стримим. С Джейн Шепард
Чё,
разговариваем.
чё, подожди, блядь. Ни хера не услышал.
Я говорю,
Повтори.
я говорю, играем, стримим, с Джейн Шепард разговариваем.
Elgin wristwatch. Probably the same one snatched from her body. No sign of a wedding ring.
Ну что ж. Ну что ж. Ну давай попробуем. Ох. Пим-пам-пам.
Ты что там пердишь, что ли?
Да.
Ты засрал.
Разгазовка идет перед стримом.
Я-то разгазовка.
Да, чтобы это... Разгазовка такая перед стримом, такая чпок.
Ну да.
Да ну. Ну да. Я говорю, да ну. сказал бедняк. 100 грамм есть, выпить налью.
Is this about Mommy?
Чё, попробуем? Попробуем этот...
Her.
L.A
Tell me she's okay.
Noire, Лос-Анджелес.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle.
Complete edition.
Your mother is dead.
Так.
Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Try.
А, ну да, я ж забыл. Она же у меня еще социалку.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon.
Ладно.
I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset.
Так.
Daddy came instead.
Подготовка запуска.
Фейна,
Чё?
ты смотрю ко мне на стрим вообще не заходишь, да? Лайки не ставишь.
Так, вы в последнее время ничего не стримите?
Я вон сейчас...
Правильно, пошли его нахер.
Сейчас иду поставлю.
Он недостоин.
Пошел в баню.
Звание. Он недостоин звания стримера. Шли его нахер. О, Джим Шепард. Здравствуй, родная. Здравствуй. Сейчас я запущу. Настрой, да. Твои китайский за ногу баллончик. О. Звук пошел. Звук пошел, картинка нету. Картинка тоже пошла. Тим Бонди Синдикат представляет.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
Где картинка, мать его, Тереза?
I never paid much attention to that stuff.
You seem reluctant to talk about her jewelry.
It's a touchy subject with Daddy. He thought she wasted too much money on her appearance.
Your mom and dad are...
А вот и картинка.
What are you saying? Of course they are.
Так, загрузочка. Художественный фильм спиздили. Да, да, да. Именно он, Якуб, именно он. Приветствую, друг мой.
Bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. Mommy always wore her golden butterfly.
I know this is a tough time for you, Michelle, but you should really try.
Так, меня слышно нормально или как? Или звук надо все-таки? Разрешение, что за разрешение? Космическое.
I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't get...
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Mueller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
Why are you lying to me, Mr. Mueller?
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
That's funny. The work boots we found here are size 8s.
Приступим
Why lie about it if
к
you've got nothing to
расследованию
hide?
криминальной.
Because I always get teased about the size of my feet. You know, small feet, small...
Always been true in my experience.
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
You got any way of confirming this story is yours?
You son of a bitch. You come here making all these accusations.
Будь здоров, тебе сказали. Кому там, кто чихнул, будьте здоровы.
А, Кашка.
А тут просто этот, в чате у меня. Так, звук, значит, чуть потише, да? Давайте.
No.
Your wife went to pick up Michelle?
Yes, that's right.
Надо вот здесь чуть потише сделать его. Будет даже лучше.
What happened, Hugo? You got any theories? Because we're starting to like you for this.
The car park by the school is kind of dark. Maybe somebody jumped through there. Did you try the parking lot?
Your wife was beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, god damn it.
Ну вот как придет к тебе кресло, ты мне его скинешь в контакт. Вот тогда я поздравлю. Что заранее поздравлять?
Спасибо, ребят, спасибо за лайк, спасибо.
My wife and I fought no more than any married couple. Sometimes it got rough. It was usually about money, okay? I'm tight. That's not a crime.
Сейчас нормально слышно и меня, игру. О, у меня уже 4 каски сидят. Включай меня.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your
Четверо
daughter
уже.
and present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my
Мы
wife.
смотрим художественный фильм. Это какие года? 60-е, 90-е?
Ну, смотри, там...
60-е, по-моему.
We should go back in there and bust his ass.
Ну да, Калифорния, постройка домов. Понятно. Кордонные дома рулят.
Which probably goes for half the men in L.A. 3, we have no evidence tying you to the crime scene.
Hello, detective.
Итак.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard
Пацифик Электрик.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Морской пехоте ты всего лишь ошибки существуют, их можно исправить. Отражение, знаешь
Did you
что?
see Mrs. Mueller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all.
О,
I did see Mr. Mahler put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is
полиция,
now.
подразделение 2150.
Step away from the incinerator. Don't let him get away.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case.
Slow down, idiot.
Ой, ну и водитель я.
Ну ты, Ярик, водила.
Enough running, Hugo. Hands where we can see them.
Переулок, где было совершено преступление. 10:08 по московскому времени.
This doesn't look good, Hugo.
I can explain the blood.
Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview. We'll be speaking with him later. And inform the captain.
Yes, sir, detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't... No one's home and...
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncles?
Call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and...
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
Так, будем искать предметы. Используйте, чтобы...
Сейчас, ребят, секунду.
Давай, друг, ты по правую сторону, я по левую поищем что-нибудь. Так, как там камеру поменять?
Просто колесо мышки крути.
Белов, у тебя что-то картинка не идет.
Да я знаю, я просто сейчас это кое-что тут надо поискать.
Классная игра, но не знаю английского, эмоции, тяжело в нее играть. Ну, блин. Найти, играть можно, просто нужно быть более-менее.
А что там сабов русских нету? А вон же идут субтитры русские.
Музыка затихает, если в данном месте машина классная. Финалку под стрим.
Так, да мне просто надо отойти сейчас это. Поэтому я вот сделал вот такую картинку сейчас. Это. Так, ладненько, сейчас я буквально минут 15 отойду, пойду.
А?
Я говорю, как быстро время прошло. Так, ребята.
Блять, я закрыла, да. Ах ты, сука, какая.
Ах ты.
Супчика захотела, да?
Galloway, Homicide Division, badge number 564.
Да я там, блин, тестик проходила.
Can we get Ray Pinker and a technical services team to a house at 130 North Bonnie Bray Street? And send someone down
Вправо, вправо, ублюдок, вправо, копы. Легавые мусора.
Спасибо, ребята, спасибо.
Я не знаю, у меня там сколько лайков.
У меня 6.
Вы видите эту паскуду? Поймать надо этого ублюдка. О, мост. Вот трамвай. Дайте на трамвае покататься.
На трамвае нельзя кататься.
Двенадцать Ю-261. Нормальный номер. Ботняцкий такой.
How could I help, detective?
Нью-Йорк, полис департамент.
Checking for you,
А у меня тут люди в чате сами между собой общаются. Им не важно стримом, главное пообщаться.
Thank you.
А я не против, общайтесь. Так хоть чат веселее. Видно, что он не пустеет. Ой, мужик, красавчик, ты вправо прижался. О, напарник тебя там не уштормило? Я тебе посигналю.
Слышь, ты можешь, если не хочешь там кататься, просто зажать место, и он
Always make the husband, Phelps. 9 times out of 10, it's the closest person to the Vic who does the deed.
Ты чё, я тут на ретро-машинах дрифт устраиваю.
Ну, как я тоже устраивал.
The simplest explanation is most likely the correct.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical on me.
Да я отходил, кушал, покушал, сейчас вот чай пью. С лимончиком.
Квартира Шредера. О, где черепашки-ниндзя? Квартира Шредера есть, а где черепашки-ниндзя? Кавабанга! Кавабанга. Я тебе посигналю. В двери с золотыми ручками можно зайти.
И сюда я тебе сказал, маньяк с хером. Маньячела.
There he is, officer.
Пойдем наверх, друзья. Пойдем, шлюдок. Стуки-стуки в дверь. Департамент полиции. Open the door. Open the door. Fuck off. Нида.
Догоняй быстрее его. Опять напарник куда-то делся, хер знает где. Ты его черт носит. Гоняйся за ним, блядь. Хер знает сколько уже. Наконец-то едет.
Ай, нет.
Стоять, сволочь. Че, хочешь подраться?
That's far enough, freak. You move a muscle and you're a dead man.
На, отправил в нокаут.
С головы ему. Вырубил с колена. Обыскать квартиру.
Who's asking? We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Name's Eli Rooney.
You've been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Арти Розенберг.
What are you doing around here?
4946.
Keep an eye on the children.
Руси
Strictly
210.
paternal? Is
Капком.
it, Eli?
Что за
Don't
фигня?
sass me.
Левиком
You're under
611
arrest, Eli.
4650.
You're in
О,
very deep trouble. Get some backup down here, Rusty. We need to get this one downtown and into a cell.
I'll tell them we got a kitty raper coming.
что за цифра 1146? 31246. Это возраст, что ли, я так понял, да? Даты?
What time did you see the person park the car?
Late last night, after school social, maybe 1 a.m. I've been keeping a good eye out lately. We've had problems with the child molester.
Eli Rooney. We've met him.
Filthy son of a bitch. He was here yesterday before the dance.
Was it him you saw park the car?
I don't know, sir. I'd like to say yes, but the truth is it was pretty dark.
Would you say Rooney is violent?
Yes, sir, I would say so, yes.
Thanks for your help.
О, чух-чух, мазафака.
Blood and skin samples. We better get
Порвался
right
его в
here.
рот чих-пых.
The overalls are stenciled HM. Muller is a mechanic.
Да, Фаина?
Wonder what Eli does for a living.
Фаина?
А, чё?
Я говорю, порвался в рот его чих-пых.
It's from a Chrysler. Could be important.
Вот ты там это, чихпыхнул. Кого ты там?
Да, я говорю, паровоз чих-пых его в рот.
Что за паровоз там чихпыхнул в рот?
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, detective?
I need interrogation set up at Central for both suspects being held in the Muller homicide case.
Пока что, да.
Detective, I'll get in touch with the watch commander.
Thanks. You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Fine.
Гребаный сержант. Поймал бы его за ноздри, говорит, и фуражку ему в задницу засунуть. Капитан, говорит, нашелся. Орёт,
I
возникает.
think we should lay it on him. He was
Вооруженный
near the
очень
car, he
опасно.
had her jewelry, the DA will love him for it.
Even if he didn't do it?
Я хочу потом еще этот поиграть. Саботаж игрушку. Тоже
Что-то
говорят,
знакомое,
классно.
саботаж, где-то слышала.
Да. Шантаж тлеет на столе.
Не, если я пройду эту игрушку, вот эту, которую я сейчас играю, то я потом, скорее всего, поиграю в Call of Duty.
Phelps, Rusty, thanks for coming.
Can you blood type the shoes that we bagged and see if they're a match?
Sure. It'll all be in the report, but I'm assuming you want the details now?
Please. Cause of death is strangulation?
Correct.
Новая задача.
Take a look at the samples on the bench.
Чувак, короче, подъезжаем, выскакиваем, стреляем по ногам, желательно по пяткам. Потом догоняем, говорит, и дубинкой по жопе, чтоб сидеть не мог. Сразу, сука, расколется. Да, Макс?
What are the normal uses for that kind of rope?
On boats, mooring lines.
Correct. Although Ray says that they're sometimes used as bell ropes in churches.
Ой, ой, как он пистолет-то взял. Ой, как опасно. Так, кого там
So are we
прицелить?
looking for a sailor or a minister?
Well, in my experience, sailors seem to have the greater libido.
Was Mrs. Muller criminally attacked?
No external or internal traces of semen.
Thanks, Mal.
Anything else comes up, you let us know. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Фаина, киска, что ты там молчишь? Фаина. Фаина, Фаина. Фаина. Зайка, ты что там молчишь?
You better not go soft on me in here, Phelps.
Даже не отзывай.
We'll work the evidence, Rusty. Let him do the rest. Are they ready?
Bowler's in 2 and the pervert's in 1. Get in there and get a conviction.
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his...
Я, говорит, рад, что меня прикрыл вот такой надежный напарник. Засранец. United States American казарма. Военнослужащих.
You look like you've had it rough.
You see me asking for your sympathy, boy?
You down on your luck, Eli?
I've had worse. My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
This place you worked have a name?
Hennessy Marine. You can't miss the place. Big yellow letters, HM out front.
They give you any workwear, Eli?
Sure. Green coverall. Dang thing was hot. Felt like I was back in the pen wearing it.
Can you identify the man in this picture?
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
В бессрочном розыске.
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people...
Блин, почему-то я по ногам стрелял, они все подохли. Ну, интересно так, я думал, задержать надо будет кого-нибудь.
Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
Farm boy like you, Eli, must prefer McGay for roping. Am I right?
I prefer braid. You tie hitch and braid, it stays tied.
Ой.
You killed Mrs. Moeller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. I ain't done nothing like that.
Did you know, Mr. Rakowski?
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things. And you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli.
Я тебя, блядь, посигналю.
I've been in trouble.
Я тебе твои последние покрышки спущу и на лоб натяну.
I saw that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there and put his coveralls in the trunk. I saw him drop the butterfly in the lamplight and he strolled out, cool as you like. And I went over and I picked it up.
You're as good as done, Mr. Rooney. All it will take now is some paperwork.
You really think I'm gonna squeal?
For my money, Hugo Muller's our #1 suspect. The evidence is solid. I think it's time we hit him with it.
Да что ж ты такой медленный, такое ощущение, как будто в тебе говна больше, чем во мне.
Here's where we stand, Hugo.
Паскуда, я бы уже давно его бы в прыжке поймал. Гребаный ассасин, привычка в прыжке ловить. Ох, нифига, ты еще и пинаться научился. Я тебе туфлю твою, которую ты пнул, тебе между булок засунул.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that light test, I can prove it.
Еще и брыкается, паскуда.
Why did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
Believe what?
It's rabbit's blood. A guy at work brought him in and I helped him skin them.
А, ну да, в те же времена еще не придумали, что такое шокер.
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the army.
Как он себе ноги не сломал. Блин, ассасин отдыхает, отвечаю.
You learned to strangle with the rope in the army?
With rope, with my bare hands, but mainly with wire. I learned a
Ох,
lot
ни
of
хрена
things
он меня
in the army, but
замазал.
I still didn't kill my wife.
For argument's sake, what type of rope would you use?
Базаров нет, давай,
Two,
давай.
I would use a triple gray. Less flex, easier to control.
We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
Знаете, с головы падал. Давай, вставай, вставай, чё ты?
I keep them working.
Смелый, да? На тебе башкой об стену. Чё, твое подсознание на твоем же уровне захлебнулось.
Your overalls put you at the scene of the crime last night.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
Все. Это у вас нападение на сотрудника полицейского, да. Неподчинение требований сотрудника полиции. Вот, сядешь надолго и навесело.
Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd be in the incinerator too?
Your wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
You're gonna die for this, Mueller. Better give me something.
Так, сколько у меня там указов уже, я так и не понял. Ладно. Потом видно.
You can't badger me into admitting anything.
I don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free.
Эй, 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 индюк, да. Что-то Фаина сегодня без настроения, да?
I've been in this job 20 years. I never fired my gun.
Anyone seen where Miss Wells went?
Кеусо, живо в мой офис! Быстро, я сказал, паскуда! Напугал. Ушлепок вьетнамский. Покупатель будет осторожен. Будь осторожен. Стань звездой своего отдела. Звучит как, говорит, стать проституткой.
Блять, вот, сука, два подозреваемых, и хуй его знает, какому предъявить.
LCPD.
Пошли, муж.
Canary says he'll sing, but only if I guarantee he'll walk.
I'm not saying another thing until I've seen an attorney.
that bum took a swipe at me, I'd put him down with my sap.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Eli Rooney.
Так.
I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Deirdre Mullen.
You want to put me back in the stir that badly, boy? You go ahead and try. I'll beat that rap. I ain't a killer.
Баланс получитель. Питомцы не зарезервированы, если полностью не оплачено.
Нормально он ему врезал.
Так, хорошо.
Phelps, Galloway. Congratulations are at hand. Drink, boys? I think you'll receive a commendation for this one, gentlemen. In the meantime, I'll speak to the DA about expediting the passage of the case. We need swift and merciless justice for poor Deirdre.
Гильзы. 32 калибр. Ну...
Фаина. Фаина, зайка, ты тут? Что на микрофон выключила, не слышит. Спит, что ли, уже?
Душ, наверное, ушел, парень.
В душ пошла, что ли?
Наверное.
Так она же ходила.
Либо же кушать готовит на завтра.
Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Так, показания свидетелей зачинял.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman.
Продавщица обувного магазина сидела. Так, и что тут нужно делать дальше?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia feud first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hopeless.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
Там, смотри, возле которого убийство, возле магазина, там еще мусорки, пистолет лежит.
Сейчас опрос проведем.
Ты сейчас расследуешь это, которое убийство возле магазина?
Да.
Ну вот. Ты осматривал труп этот уже?
Да, смотрел.
Вот. А там рядом в этом мусорке пистолет лежит.
К ней же вернуться потом можно, да?
Когда опросишь, именно. Если именно когда опросишь, то нет.
Пока не опрашивал. Вернул, просто задал вопрос.
Потом, скорее всего, да, можно вернуться.
You're behind the wheel.
Where's that goddamn waitress?
You have the address?
It's the alley off Aliso between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their desk.
Yeah, it means they can pop in to hit the office supply of...
Пойду теперь задавать ей вопросы.
Нашел пистолет?
Да, сейчас ее, блядь. Так, мне кажется, он тут, да? Уврет.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Так, перестрелка со смертельным исходом. Погиб один мужчина. Перестрелка, квитанция товара, гильзы, пистолет. Хорошо, что у нас еще известно?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Carruthers,
Я люблю ходить по
Cause of
магазинам.
death is pretty apparent.
Когда один из
Tell me
них ко мне
best way for
подбежал
you.
мистер мой босс и
When you're
начал
ready.
кричать, что я слишком долго обедаю. Мы зашли в магазин. Я был очень зол на него, когда он
lacerations on the
ничего
neck
вошла,
would indicate a great deal of force.
он слышал выстрел и увидел, что мой упал. Что-то ты как-то не эмоционально плачешь.
Kiss the blood,
Отводит
BD.
глаза. Испуганное состояние.
Another wedding ring torn from the finger. No skin under the fingernails. Only 21 years old. But why the library card?
То, что он вычеркнул, это что означает?
Либо это... Там, смотри, есть крестик, это неправильно, типа... Ну, это заданный вопрос, или как? Если галочка, то правильно.
Нет, просто было перечеркнуто показание.
Блядь, честно.
The evidence in the Mueller case was solid.
Она не суть важна.
The best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a
Ты
month's
имеешь в виду,
salary
если
this is
улики...
copycat.
ты когда допрашиваешь и
Yeah,
играешь...
we know the MO.
Ну,
So does every jerk who kills his
это,
wife
скорее
and
всего, там
girlfriend looking for a way out.
ну, не к этому
Spoken to
вопросу.
Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women, all
Фаина, киска, ты тут? О, вернулась. Ты куда пропала?
Так, вооружение, поедем.
Anything for us to go on, Mal?
Head injuries from contact with road.
Да, сходила. На завтра надо было.
Further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the
Не
base of the
поставила.
skull. Could have been fatal, but clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
If she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
Мафия? Нет, Гайка, это L.A Noire.
Ну, как у меня. Немножко.
Antonia. Huh. Same as the library card.
Лос-Анджелес Нойр. Детективное бюро «Поймай, нагни, разыщи сам». Бля, какие там светофоры раньше были веселые, не то что сейчас. Всего два цвета, красный и
стоит
зеленый.
18+.
Интересно так.
We kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
Да уступал я тебе дорогу, чё ты прыгаешь, засранец.
House keys strung up like bait on a hook.
Ой. Я ничего не могу поделать со встроенным микрофоном.
It's got to be a code or a cipher.
You think he's trying to lead us somewhere?
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
В ОБС звук стоит на максимум. Здесь не поможет любая настройка, какую бы я ни сделал. Это встроенный микрофон в ноутбуке. Тут застрелись, ты его никак не поменяешь.
Empty.
У него
Where is all of
авторегулировка
this meant to be
стоит.
taking us? Clearly wants us to find these things. He's left them for us.
There you go, Phelps. You got a new MO. I told you it wasn't our guy.
Or he might just be getting more confident. Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
Да, это не компьютер.
Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance? Looks as though the killer was decorating with this.
Управление немножко деревянное здесь.
Ну да, есть такое.
Слишком машину кидает.
Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown. You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed? It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
Куда ты лезешь, падла?
Wait just a moment.
Иглесонгс.
I'm sorry.
Оружейный
Can I
магазин.
help you?
LAPD, ma'am.
Eagles.
Detective Phelps and Galloway. Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does.
2:36 по
I'm Mrs.
местному
Barbara
времени.
Lepenti, the owner of this boarding house. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor. Wipe your feet as you come in, detectives. It's this way.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone. Antonia's room is upstairs, last door on the left.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Excuse us a moment.
Так, ювелирка. Значит, ювелирка, да? Поехали.
Are we waiting for?
О, такса прикольная.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
Надо еще, знаешь, какую игрушку поиграть?
Какой?
True Criminals. Там тоже про полицейского детектива играю. Тоже старенькая такая.
You look at that? Someone's...
The smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
You know how I feel about windows, Phelps.
So someone broke in using this thing instead of a crowbar. Wonder where it was taken from.
Пойдем зайдем.
У меня 5 уже зрителей. Ребят, не забываем поставить лайки, подписываться на канал. Можете вам заглянуть к моему товарищу. Он тоже сейчас стримит игрушку, эту же, такую же игрушку. Посмотреть, поставить лайки.
Ах ты падал, ты еще и сваливаешь. Врешь, паскуда, не уйдешь.
The charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence.
Ладно, здесь мы не будем стрелять.
Там и не надо стрелять, тебе просто надо навестись на него и удерживать, потому что он спонтом пригрозит его и в этот.
Да, надо сначала догнать его. В парковой зоне же не будешь грозить ему.
Я грозил ему и ничего, он в воздух просто выстрелит и все. И тот остановится. Чё так вздыхаешь, Фаина? Киска.
Кто я? А что слышно?
Вообще жесть. Я думал, ты там это... Что-то с тобой происходит. Я уже думал, тебя там насилуют. Было бы кому, да? Фаин? Нашелся бы такой...
Отделение полиции. 3:10 по местному времени.
Yes, detective. I'll do my best.
Ой, простите.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife that served me papers, I'd be a mass murderer.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
Слышь, Фаин, мне тут говорят, но девушка с удовольствием бы получила, а ты ее напугал.
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side,
Вот
but a
эту
good
девушку ты никак не напугаешь, она сама кого хочешь напугает.
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
И сама кого надо изнасилует.
Do you know where she went?
Да, Фаина?
Да ладно, что-то сразу, блин.
She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
Засмущалась сразу, а? Смотри.
A nosy old hag like you knows everything about the people who live under her roof. Where did she go?
I think she went to a bar. She's been drinking quite a lot lately.
Тут вообще он Джон Шепард, говорит, Фаина клевая.
Она просто меня в пятницу не видела.
That's only a couple of blocks from where we found the body.
Сразу бы мнение поменяла бы.
You've had a break-in?
No, that can't be true.
The window's broken, the room's been tossed. You seem like the type of landlady who notices everything that happens under her roof. What gives?
Так,
Take that
получить
tone of voice with
знания.
me, young man.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes. She moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring
Фейн,
and a necklace.
тебе нельзя
Always
это,
wore a
не
religious
нельзя в тебе будить поросенка, да?
That's about all of her jewelry.
Да он сам просыпается, его никто не будет.
Так.
Да, я знаю.
We didn't find any jewelry upstairs. You haven't pocketed any evidence, have you?
That's outrageous. Are you accusing me of theft?
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful.
Pay a call to that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
We can either front Angel, seeing as the finger's pointing right at him, or we could check out the Eldorado bar. A nosy old hag? Ah! And I thought I was coming on strong with the ex-wives line.
Sometimes you have to be firm to get the information you need.
God damn it, ain't that the truth? Give me a break.
How about we drop in on the husband instead? See if your gut is right.
I'll take a bar over a husband every day of the week.
Slow down.
Think there's anything to the divorce angle?
I've been through 3, fellas. No big deal. After a while, you just numb yourself to the experience.
But Angel, he's a young Latino man. It would hurt his sense of who he is. He'd see himself as a failure. A woman taking control over his life?
Then she fronts him and he snaps. Works for me.
Хрен ты, наверное,
Thinks
прыгает
Angel a
нормально,
killer as well.
открывайся.
Shit.
Интересно, где я упустил момент? Вот нашелся.
Maldonado is in apartment 304.
Нет, у меня сейчас это, донат алерт работает. Я же это, мне вон товарищ помогал, это, Виндупе, это, вот заново настраивали. У меня донат алерт сейчас работает.
Well, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Привет, спасибо, давай,
LAPD,
Сам.
motherfucker, you're under arrest.
Ну давай, помахаемся.
I got 100.
Now look, I don't want no trouble, see?
What do you think, Joe Louis?
I got...
Ну да.
Да, решил сам, решил. Ну, надо сыграть, посмотреть, что это такое. А то все ее хвастают.
На, ну. В челюсть.
Damn, they got some decent shots in there. Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment building 330 North Hill Street. 2 suspects need transporting to Central.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Oh God, no!
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, God damn it! You think I'd kill my own wife?
Понятно, к Александру забежал на остров. Да я видел, я тебе лайк прожал там на стриме.
Talk to the neighbors. And Phelps, I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
The El Dorado must be a family favorite.
Блять, суки.
This will take some explaining. Just picked fruit market. I wonder if Angel gets all his groceries from this place.
Так, фильм называется «Дитя лощины», переводит «Дитя тьмы». Понятно, как в итоге называется.
Нормально.
На Ленус не можешь зайти, потому что там типа белого листа нужно ID администрации скидывать.
Кто там Сэм говорит? Не может зайти.
Угу.
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are we going?
Нет, они бывают там в Дискорде.
KGPL, 11 King, over.
11K, Captain Donnelly and Detective Sergeant Finnis Brown urgently request your presence at Central. A new letter has been found.
11K, en route.
The captain is waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
You think the black boys get any on the side?
Isn't there anything else you can Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Да, блин.
I say we bust in there
А как переиграть этот момент? Как?
По-моему, нет.
Полностью надо перезапускать игру.
Boys, come on in. Phelps,
А, вот тут есть.
have you met Finnis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Ладно, на ошибках, как говорится, учится.
The new letter was left in the back seat of the cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
Запускай, я тут более интенсивно на мимике на это чуть-чуть ошибся.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and typed from the Times
Хорошо,
and
когда
Examiner,
понимаешь
then glued
мимику
to an envelope.
немного.
What is the other?
Я не понимаю эту мимику.
This one?
Поэтому я
That's also new.
Язык
A
китева я
poem,
понимаю.
hand typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Слишком она
Go ahead.
себя
Been
ведет,
over both
слишком
documents pretty
больно
carefully. They've been wiped
наигрывает.
with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
Так что в этом случае...
That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
Hey, I gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war.
Получен новый ранг опыта, плюс 5 опыта. Осмотрите голову, руки жертв.
Нормально, Сэм, идет расследование, нормально. Продвигаемся по повышению. Ты что, уже все, стрим завершил?
Heap upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
That's why we called you in.
You think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nutjob's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley. Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finnis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what has it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a
Не
superhuman character
квитанция
who defied the
товарит,
gods to
так.
bring fire to humanity.
Понял.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
I don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free. What are we waiting for?
Так, сейчас, ребят, секунду.
Не, ну так, интересная, конечно, тема.
У кого там шумит?
Пойми.
Oh, I wish I could afford that.
Phelps, You mind coming here and doing your job for a second?
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
You don't think it's strange that all these murders are happening to girls who've been out drinking?
No, no. A broad drinks, she gets a bit tight, she starts mouthing off. This leads to that, and she ends up in an alleyway. It's a sad story, but this town's... to point out 1,000 times.
Why don't you want to see a connection here?
Because they're...
What can I get you?
LAPD. Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Diego Aguilar. How can I help?
You worked the bar last night?
Yeah. Me and a temp guy from the agency.
Did you have a woman in here last night? 21 years old, Hispanic, drinking heavily?
We have a lot of ladies like that in here. But yeah, I know who you mean. Antonia Maldonado. What did she do?
She was murdered last night.
Oh, shit.
Do you know her well? Was she a regular?
Hell no. She was good and tight last night, complaining about her old man. It's a story you get used to working in a bar. She was so hammered last night, she left a letter on the bar. I'll show you.
A waitress. Can I have another spoon?
Where's that goddamn waitress?
О, идеально. Все три вопроса правильно. Грамотно заданных.
I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line.
Так, поехали теперь в ювелирку, да?
Sir, do you work here?
Sorry, pal, just making deliveries.
From where?
У нас
Just big
есть
fruit market across the
подозреваемый.
street.
Fruit market delivers here?
Yeah, sure does. The Mexes love a little slice with their tequila.
You found a crate a lot like the ones you're wheeling there, except it was filled with booze. You know anything about that?
What? No, we deliver all over the place. Don't tell them where the boxes end up. Excuse me, I have to get on with this.
Ура, сейчас мы поедем на преступление. У нас код 3. Ловить преступника. Поймать этого космического засранца и наказать. Диспетчер, это патруль 233 Браво. У нас, говорит, есть подозреваемый. Направляемся в ближайший ювелирный магазин. Вышлите подкрепление. Будем говорить, ловить этого засранца и мордой об стол, не сигналь мне, дура, я тоже умею.
You want a tip? Refill my coffee next time, honey.
У нас код 3. Особо опасно разыскиваемый преступник.
You can drive.
Убийца.
Fine. Where we headed?
Засранец.
Еще какой засранец?
Ладно, государство платит столб, херня. Неинтересно. Надо будет потом этот попробовать все-таки установить, поиграть.
Какой? Кого?
Трое криминов. Там хоть можно машины досматривать.
Great. We'll need to come back later, Phelps. Maybe somebody here saw Antonia the night she
Ты мне
died.
потом на заднее скинешь, это ж пошло. Все равно поиграть. Чем мы все отъехали?
То я, паскуда, стрелять буду. Я твой дом труба шатал, иди сюда. Мужик, хороший журнал читать, у нас тут особо опасный преступник. Мне надо поймать и допросить.
He's the cop who arrested that movie producer. It's about time some of those movie people went to jail. They think they're untouchable.
Has that just been paid look about?
Стоять, стрелять буду. Диспетчер. Мы задержали подозреваемого. Он у меня на прицеле. Сейчас упакуем и отправим в ближайший отдел полиции. Да-да-да, чувак, не забудь ему миринду зачитать. Вы имеете право хранить молчание. И понеслось. Департамент полиции.
Get this morning's edition hot off the press.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line.
Where's that goddamn waitress?
Sam has taken me to Palm Springs for the weekend. Extra! Read all about it!
You know the way. You can drive.
Эту миссию, может, доиграю, да буду отдыхать уже, ложиться. Завтра все-таки на работу. Фаина, киска, ты чё молчишь-то, а? Поговори с нами.
Я кинчик смотрю просто.
Какой кинчик?
Не знаю, какой еще. Искала фильм про лес, нашла какое-то Дитя лощины. Посмотрим сейчас. Интересно или нет.
И про что там?
Пока не поняла. Девочка в лесу пропала, вроде нашлась.
Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she
Что там
died,
пьешь опять?
but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I
Воду.
saw her.
Я думаю, вино опять.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
What time did she leave?
Maybe 1 o'clock.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
You didn't want anyone else to have her. You didn't like the idea of other men fucking your wife, them slipping it to her, the idea that she might like it.
Vete tomar por culo! Easy there, Angel boy. Ease it back a notch.
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
Вот так, выбили признание на
What
изи.
about the charm bracelet? Was she wearing that?
You know about that?
Меня не проведешь, я много детективов смотрю. Раскусил быстро.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
Вот так вот. Был пойман, допрошен и отправлен в федеральную тюрьму.
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time
Ох
on this.
ты!
Give me something or I'm going to have you
Полиция
charged.
Лос-Анджелеса годен.
Ippolito.
Способность следователя владеет оружием, отличная физическая подготовка, владеет методами допроса. Все галочки просто... Как это сексуально.
And it's not one of my
Водительское сиденье.
We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just big fruit. Ord Street downtown.
One last question, Angel. Do the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
You think those Vice boys get any on the side? What the hell is the LAPD up to these days?
Не дал бандиту уйти незаконно. Не наказано.
And where exactly are we
Конечно.
going?
What's your read on Maldonado?
I still like him for it. Seriously, that line about the guy at the fruit market making eyes at his woman? Please. Now, we'll get to the market and the guy behind the counter will tell us he saw Angel drag his old lady off into the night. This case will be shut like all the others.
Да, детективы. Их сразу видно.
Блин, какой плов жирный получился, пиздец, блядь.
Ты уже плов сварить успела, нифига ты что.
Да он, блин, неудачно получился, слишком жирный.
Значит, кто-то пополнеет.
Скорее всего, кого-то будет тошнить, блядь, полночи.
Sir, I'm the... Wait, you look familiar.
Hey, from the bar, right? What brings you here?
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
I'm Feeney. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Use the phone for a cab. It's back.
Андрей, станции Pacific Electric.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before.
Exit.
She seemed like a nice lady.
Добро пожаловать на выход.
Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her.
Да?
She had me back until last night.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her when the car pulled up, and she got into that.
Я говорю, exit, хуй exit. Добро пожаловать на выход.
Да. Что ты уже
Describe the
выходишь?
car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think.
Чё? Нет, я еду на...
Know the guy.
О, ля, какую мне
Do you mind if we
ласточку
look around?
дали.
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I
Ты не
guess you
знаешь, что
can.
это за машина?
Don't
Нет,
you have to get a
говорит,
court order or
это первый
something? I
раз
have
о, это
rights.
Бьюик.
Clem?
Серьезно? Бьюик.
No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
Are you working Friday? We should go out afterwards.
So what are we hiding in here? This thing needs a combination.
Чуваки, я уже тут столько нарушил, чего вы меня не останавливаете? Ваш Пекина. Красный, средний, похер. Превышение скоростного лимита, опасная езда. Пить маневры. Вы чё, блин, спите, копы? Выезд на встречную полосу. Нарушение разметки, световой разметки. Вы чё, блин, спите?
Мысли своих не трогай. Да сам мне тут говорит, своих не трогай.
Что ты сигналишь, а?
А,
Кривая табуретка.
это он, походу, тебе говорит, своих не трогай.
Своих не трогаем. Ну, интересно так.
Why cut someone who was already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. They must have seen it during the... This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off.
Clem!
Блядь, зря я смотрю, это похоже ужасы. На психу.
На наши стримы посмотри.
Я какой фильм хочу. Спокойно пролез посмотреть.
God damn it, get after him, Cole.
Ой, я за одним засранцем гонюсь.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. We should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
То же самое гонюсь за одним засранцем.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect. Hit him, Cole. Spit him out.
Стреляй давай, напарник.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Да по колесу стреляй.
Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road.
Все. Поймали, да.
Ведь ты своих не трогай, не тормозят.
Да-да-да.
Они своих нахер сбивают.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
Ну вот и все, еще одно задание пройдено.
The
Нашли
poor woman
убийцу.
can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind him that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury.
Прикольно.
I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor lads.
Ну а что я могу сделать? Он сопротивлялся при аресте. Стрелял по мне.
On your way.
О, как это мило и красиво делает.
Ящик пошел. Спиздил ящик.
Что там пошел наркоманить?
Нет, да начальник, короче. Мы в складе там лазим мы в одном. И поймали одного, задержали это. Продавца. Это. Он с понтом овощи, а в ящике...
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the dog?
Вот стояли.
They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
Я с напарником ушел,
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
We'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How come we fail? Skip with the shadow leading the show. What the fuck is a shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the shadow of death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, so...
Ну что, наверное, на этом мы будем стрим заканчивать. И так уже 2 часа стримим. Завтра продолжим. Да? Рыбалыч? Но ты тоже же по этой игрушке стрим запустишь?
Не знаю. Посмотрим.
Ну тебе что, вообще как игрушка зашла?
Пока, не знаю, зрителей нету. Не мне зашла, зрителям должно зайти. В первую очередь.
Ну, это понятно, но ты попробуй все равно без даже стрима, если что, поиграть. Может, зайдет тебе и ты. Ладненько, ребят, давайте мы на этом закончим стрим сегодняшний. Спасибо за лайки, спасибо за подписки, спасибо за просмотры. Спасибо за активный чат. Ну и всем удачи, всем пока. До завтра.